I said I was going to jump on live because I keep getting loads of questions from people about starting my business, a business, whatever it is. Really, I just get loads and loads of messages all the time from people, just inboxes, emails, messages, all sorts of stuff on how I started the business, how you start a business, stuff like that. I didn't, just for the record, I didn't have a clue how to start a business before I started this. It was just kind of guesswork. So there's no kind of like, I'm only giving you what little knowledge I have. I'll start off with the questions that people have kind of fired over. Do you think your business is resale? Any tips? Well, every business is resale, really. Any business that's selling anything is resale, and mine is no different than that. All I'm doing is buying a product for one price and selling it for more than I bought it for. So the only difference being, a lot of resale when it comes to like sneakers and stuff like that is that they're selling over retail, whereas I try to keep everything below retail in order to kind of help the people who can't afford to pay full price for jerseys. That was the reason I started the business in the first place, in order to kind of give people a place to go to buy jerseys who can't afford to go and buy them from Nike or buy them from Mitchell & Ness. So I've never kind of gone away from that ethos of trying to keep everything as cheap as possible and keep everything, the prices as low as possible, without obviously losing money. That's the last thing I want to do, is lose money, because ultimately it is a business. So yeah, so it is resale. Any kind of business in like in what I do is resale, of course. It is, you're buying something for one price and selling it for another. So, hi Mark, what eBay and PayPal are charging after every item you sell? Thank you. So with eBay, it's kind of different to my website. That's why I'd always prefer people to buy things from my website, obviously, because the prices are cheaper, because I can give you cheaper prices, because the fees are lower. So on eBay, the PayPal and eBay fees work out around 12% of what you make. So if you sell an item for £50 and the shipping's £4, you get £54. It's 12% off of that. So on the website, I use Shopify. On the website, it's 5% through Shopify, and like the 2% through PayPal. So it works out around 7% all in, as opposed to it being 12% on eBay. How long have you been doing this for? So I started the page just over 2 years ago. So it was around about the end of February 2018 is when I started the business. And I started from scratch with literally nothing, just an idea in my head. I sold a few jerseys on eBay, and I was getting loads of like inboxes off people, loads of people like sending me messages saying sending me like prices and stuff, sending me like stuff through saying, I'll buy this off you for this price, I'll buy this off you for that price. I didn't even realise that there was a market there for selling basketball jerseys. It was just like my old jerseys that I had hanging around. So I just started like that with like nothing, sold these few jerseys, seen how much money I made back off it, and I was like, oh, I'll reinvest. So then I reinvested that money, bought some more jerseys, started like eight jerseys, and then seen what was going on Instagram, and thought, I'll start an Instagram page. Started an Instagram page, started following loads of people who were kind of in the community, and then started selling jerseys. Instagram was the best because it's instant. As soon as you put something on there, they're there for people to see. And then it was just a matter of people sending you like inboxes saying, how much is this, how much is that, and then you just start selling things, and then it goes from there. Like I went a year just selling on like eBay, Depop, and just through inboxes before actually starting a website. I didn't have a website at first. I didn't have anything like that. How how did you do to promote your store? I just promoted it on here. So the first thing I'll tell everybody is post. So the only way you're going to get seen by other people is by posting. So I'd say to anybody who's going to start something like this, it doesn't need to be with jerseys either. It can be whatever you love, whatever like it is that you love. All I'd say if you're going to start on Instagram is post. Like I'll post between like 3 and 8 posts per day. So if I'm doing 3 and 8 posts per day, you do that over a year, it's like thousands of posts. So all them posts are just all going like all over. So if one person likes it and other of your friends like it, so when you go to your explore page, one of my posts might turn up there or anybody's. So when you go to that explore page, that's how people find you, and then they check that post out, then they check your page, and then they follow you, and that's how it builds. Like if you're only posting once or twice a day, nobody's going to see you because nobody's going to see that one or two posts. You need to be doing the more posts, the better. Obviously, it's got to be quality content. You can't just post random stuff because people will get bored and start unfollowing you. But hopefully, what I put up is quality content that people want to see, because most of it's sales stuff, so most of it's jerseys, so most of it's the reason people follow me is for that reason. So how easy was it to set up, and what was the initial startup? The initial startup was 8 basketball jerseys selling on eBay. That was the initial startup. No money, just 8 basketball jerseys. And then I sold them, bought some more, sold them, bought some more, sold them, bought some more. Didn't put any. I think initially I put about £300 in, and I put £300 into the business when I first started, so that'll work out, I don't know the conversion, about $400. And I put that in, and I've not invested any more money into the business since that 2 years ago. I've just bought for one price, sold for more. But the other thing I've done is not take any money out of the business. So I've got a day job as well. So what I've done is lived off my day job and just used this as kind of a side hustle, whereas now it's getting to the point where this is going to be my full-time job, hopefully soon. So if you start to make that kind of amount of money where you can live off it, that's ideal. That's the dream, isn't it? That's what we all want to do. We all want to find something we love and do it, and then that's our job. But I never took any money out. So as I sell these jerseys now, I'm not going buying myself like a new car. I've still got a Ford Fiesta. I'm not any kind of flash guy. But I've not took anything out of the business. Don't get me wrong, I've kept the odd jersey here and there and kept stuff, but I've never actually physically took any money out. So that's just what I did. I'm not saying that's what everybody has to do. Let me go down. Where are you from? I'm from St Helens, which is in between Liverpool and Manchester in England. Do you have a tip for not being robbed in eBay? I mean, to get original jerseys. That's a difficult one because the fake jerseys are getting better and better all the time, and people say to me, how do you know if something's real or something's fake? I'm having thousands, like literally thousands of jerseys coming through my store per year. So I could get a jersey come in and I can compare it. And now I've just got the eye for it, so I can see somebody walking down the street 200 metres away and I can tell you if that jersey's real or fake. Just because there's so many jerseys coming in and going out and coming in and going out, so you kind of get an eye for what's real and what's not. The tip I'd give everybody is, if it looks too good to be true, it usually is. If it's a jersey that's brand new and they're going for £90 and somebody's selling it for 10, it's probably fake. It's probably fake. That's the only tip I can give you. Other than that, I don't know. It's difficult to kind of give you any tips. I could possibly do another live at some point and go through like legit checks, or maybe start a YouTube page and put a YouTube video up, and that can give you an idea of what's real and what's not real. In 5 years, where do you expect the business to be? Well, hopefully with all this coronavirus stuff, I hope I'm alive in 5 years. That'd be ideal, touch wood. Where do you expect it to be? I don't know, because my expectation when I first started the business was minimal. Like I didn't have any expectations, and I had goals. Like my initial goal when I started the business was to try to earn an extra £20 per week, believe it or not. And then you get to that, so you made that £80 per month and then reinvested it. And then from there, your goals change. I said this on the live the other day, your goals change and your goals get bigger. So the thing after that was like earn another amount of money, and then it went from start a website, and then the goals get bigger and bigger. Like I've moved, like I started in this room initially, which is in my house, and then now I've got a storage unit, and the next will possibly be a shop, maybe, dependent on where it goes. But where do you expect to be? I don't know. I couldn't say. I hope to be doing this full time. I hope to have another couple of businesses, maybe. I'm looking at starting another business now. So yeah, just investing in myself more than anything. That's what I'd say. Invest in yourself and believe in yourself. That's what I've only learned this later in life. I'm 32. I started this business when I was 30. So if you can instill that thing of believing in yourself and investing in yourself early on, then you can do whatever. And I know you hear people like Gary Vee and Tony Robbins saying this all the time, and it's easier said than done. But betting on yourself is the key to everything. If you start believing in yourself and you think you can do something, believe me, if you work hard enough, because it is hard work. All you see is the pictures that I put up, but it is hard work. Where do you source your jerseys from? So I get that question all the time. There isn't no magic shop that you can walk down the road to and go, all the jerseys are in there. It's hard work. I spend probably 3 hours a day on eBay, Depop. I get email after email. I get message after message of people trying to sell me jerseys. Some people don't understand the concept of what I do in that, and I said this the other day as well, like if I'm selling a jersey for £40 and somebody has that same jersey and they're trying to sell it to me, I'm not going to buy that jersey for £40. It's stupid business. I'm not going to make any money on it. In fact, I'm losing money, because after fees and everything I'd be losing out. So yeah, I source jerseys from everywhere, anywhere, sales, anything, anywhere I can get my hands on it. But there isn't a magic shop or a magic place where you go, oh, all the jerseys are here. No, you search everywhere, anywhere you can find. eBay, Depop, Spock, Marketplace, thrift shops, charity shops, and then you have your contacts, people who you get to know through doing what you're doing, and you build relationships like that, and they'll come to you if they. I've got a couple of guys, shout out to like Mean Tree Vintage, who hits me up if he ever finds any basketball stuff. And yeah, there isn't no magic thing. It's hard work and it's graft, and it takes hours. And they, like when people say like you charge this amount and like it's expensive or it's not expensive, what I'm charging for is time. Like I literally spend all day, every day looking for jerseys. If I'm not in my day job, when I'm at home, my business is everything. I'm doing it from, I finish work at 10 a.m. and I'm going straight from work to my unit and staying there all day until the unit closes at 6 o'clock, and then I'm going home. If not, I'm going to the post office. So I don't have a day off. I don't have days off where where I kind of can just chill. That I don't get them anymore. But it's not like this is work. I love what I do, so it's easy. It's easy to kind of just do it, and then you build your relationships with people. So is it hard to get a Kobe jersey? As everybody knows, it's hard to get any Kobe jerseys. How did you get the PBA jerseys? Again, I just found them online. Just searching the internet, you come across things and then you buy them. Did you target particular teams / sizes when you first started? Sizes definitely. I always went for medium and large because they were the best sellers. As I got more into it, I realised that XL probably sell just as well. But at first, I just had this image in my head that medium and large, because they were the jerseys I wore. So and teams, like it's more players than particular teams. So it's like your Jordans, your Iversons, your Vince Carters, your T-Macs, Pippin, Rodman. All the most popular players are they're the ones you need to be targeting if you're starting a business initially. And then as you get kind of going, the more peculiar players and the more like peculiar teams, the real jersey heads who love collecting jerseys, they'll pick them up because the more rare, the rarities then at that point. But if you're just starting and you just want to get stuff in and sell stuff out, get the most popular players. Get your Bulls jerseys, get your Magic jerseys. Shaq's a massive seller, as everybody knows. Kobe's a massive seller now. Iverson's a huge seller. So or anything like that, just get them in. And like I say, get them in as cheap as you can and sell them for profit. So if you buy something for £30, don't sell it for 29. That's all I can say. And make sure you take fees and everything into account because they can catch you out at first when you start buying things, and the fees you kind of forget about them, and then eBay hit you at the end of the month and you're like, damn, I didn't really make anything. I didn't really make any profit on that. So you need everything written down. You need to keep a track on everything and keep a track on how much money is coming in and how much money is going out and how much you're keeping back and how much you're selling for and spending. Can I pay by PayPal? Yeah, you can pay by any payment means on the website. So I know that's got nothing to do with the business, but well, it kind of has. But I'll do a bit of a breakdown of how I now, with the little bit of experience that I've got, how I'd start a business, whether it's a business selling jerseys or a business doing anything else. So what I'd say is, firstly, if you're doing anything, whether it's selling basketball jerseys, selling anything in the world, whatever you love. You might like football, you might sell football shirts, you might sell American football shirts, you might sell vintage t-shirts. I don't know. I'm just going off kind of what I've seen and what I've seen that you can become successful doing. The first thing you need to do, don't do something you don't like. It's that simple. If you don't like it, I couldn't spend as many hours in a week doing what I do if I didn't love it as much as I do. Like, I love basketball, so it's easy to kind of do what I do because I love it. It doesn't feel like work. It's never felt like work. Like my wife says to me sometimes, like, you've been in your unit on your own for like 7 hours, and I'm like, it doesn't feel like 7 hours though because I'm doing something I love, whether it's like taking pictures of jerseys or I love it. So the time just flies by, so it doesn't even feel like you're doing any work. The second thing I'd say is start small. Like, start small. Don't think that you're gonna buy 30 jerseys and this time next week they're all going to be sold. It isn't going to work like that. It isn't. Definitely not. Especially if you're starting out small and you're only just starting your Instagram page or whatever page. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. People aren't just going to start giving you their money, their hard-earned money, when they've got no trust. The other thing is, don't expect people to pay friends and family or pay bank transfer. Build the trust with the customer first. So go through goods and services, give them a good deal, then they'll come back to you next time, and then you're more likely to get them to kind of put that trust in you and send you the money without any fees. But you've got to build that relationship with your customers so that they trust you, as opposed to just being like, this is what we're doing, this is how we're going to do it. That's what I'd say anyway. That's the second thing. And try and find try and develop a logo that's cool as well. Like, my logo's kind of synonymous with the business now. I don't think I'd ever be able to change it again because everybody kind of knows that Throwback Store logo to the business. So try and find something like that looks kind of professional. Then people are more likely to come to you because they think you are a professional business. Do charity shops have jerseys a lot of the time? They do, but it's all about finding real charity shops. Not real charity shops, real jerseys. So you find jerseys, but 90% of the time they're fake, or 90% of the time they're absolutely beat. So you've got to kind of just you will find them. There's a lot of jerseys out there, and there's a lot of jerseys in this country. It's so surprising how many people have got basketball jerseys, because everybody goes on holiday and everybody wants a basketball jersey when they go on holiday. Do you always use Royal Mail for shipping? If so, how do you see yourself expanding in that area? I do use Royal Mail. At this moment in time now, I'm going to have to start using couriers, not just because of the coronavirus, but because I'm sending so many things. Like, I used to kind of have one or two things every couple of days when I first started. Maybe not even every couple of days, like one thing every like 3 days. So it was okay going to the post office. But now I've got like, I don't know, 10, 15 things a day that I need to send. So I can't keep going to the post office. I need to look at couriers. I'm lucky with my post office that I go to. They've got kind of a drop-in kind of thing, so I don't need to be stood in line. I just drop them off with the stamps and everything on them, and they kind of sort them out for me. But yeah, I think overall I'm going to have to look at couriers. That'd be something I'm looking to do probably in the next tax year, to kind of work out deals with couriers and work out how much that. I know this is really boring, by the way, talking about couriers, but it might interest somebody. Hooping and looting, my guy, confirming on the right track. I think you're on the right track. I'd just post more, like I said before, but I've spoke to you privately about that. I just think post, and make sure you're using relevant hashtags. Because that's what catches people. That's what catches people on the Explore page, especially on Instagram, is the hashtags. So somebody might be looking for a picture of, I don't know, Dr. J, and they put hashtag Dr. J, and then your thing comes up with a Dr. J jersey, and then they go, oh, look, I like that. Then they click on you, and that's how they find you. So, yeah, there's things like that. And like I said, me personally, I'd hold off getting a website as much as you can until you're like, there's so much there that you need a website, and you can't answer all the questions yourself. So it's just easy to say, like, the price is on the website. Check the website for the price, or check the web. If somebody says, like, have you got any Vince Carter jerseys? I don't have the time now to go searching through all my jerseys going, oh yeah, I've got a Vince Carter in a medium. It's easier to say, just go and check on the website. Whereas in the past, when I first started, I could tell you exactly every jersey that I've got. I could probably tell you, if somebody said, now have you got such and such thing, I'd know. How much do you pay for Shopify? I think it's about, I'm going to say $20 a month, I'm going to say. But then they take a percentage of what you sell as well. So if you sell, let's say, £2,000 worth of stock in a month, they'll take, I think it's 2%. I might be lying though. I can't remember what the percentage is, but there's a percentage that Shopify. I know the full percentage is 5%, I think, with PayPal and Shopify, I think, or 7. It's one of the two, but they take a percentage. Like I say, anybody just post all the time, and the relevant hashtags are massive. And walk before you run, because don't think it's just going to take off tomorrow, because it's not. It's going to take hours and hours of hard work. People don't see, like, the hours that I put in. Like, my friends always say to me, like you're doing really well and stuff like that, but they don't see that when I'm not in work, like a lot of my mates work 9 to 5s, whereas I don't. I do shifts. I do 24-hour shifts. So I do 24-hour shift on, and then I have 48 hours off. So I'll do a 24-hour shift in work, come home, and then work from as soon as I finish work till 6 o'clock. Them 2 days that I'm off, taking pictures, posting things, cleaning things, making sure everything, all my numbers and everything are adding up, and I'm not kind of missing anything for the tax man and all that kind of boring stuff that you've got to do. Because although I do get a lot of help off my friend Ant, who helps me out loads, he's watching this, so shout out to Ant, who lives out in Miami, who helps me out with all the kind of technical side of things, like that I can't get my head around, stuff like Facebook and Google ads and all that kind of stuff. Ant kind of has looked after that. So shout out to Ant because he has helped me out massively in my business. But apart from me and Ant, that's it. That's my. It's like here everything that comes in and everything that goes out, I'm doing it all myself. I've got nobody else helping me. So. And it's hard to kind of give people the reins as well when you've put so much into something. At some point, I'm going to have to kind of possibly employ somebody, but when you've put so much into something and built something from the ground up, it's hard to kind of give it away. How would you recommend advertisement? Like I've said, post on Instagram. It's free for starters. You can go and get Google ads and you can get and pay for ads on Google and pay for ads on Instagram. But when you're starting, it's pointless because you've not got the trust of anybody anyway. Everybody who's watching now and anybody who's got Instagram or Facebook, you see, and especially if you follow a lot of the basketball pages, you'll see 20, 30 fake sites pop up in sponsored posts per week probably, that you think them jerseys just aren't real. They're selling jerseys. There was one site giving jerseys away and you just paid the postage, and it's like, so advertisements are good, but build up your page first. So get as many followers in as you can first, and then kind of do it that way. And as well, like, do giveaways. So like, I don't know, giving it like Hooping and Luton are doing a giveaway now. Ellis has just started, and he's doing a giveaway now on his page. So head over to there and check out his giveaway. Shout out to everybody who's kind of jumped on as well, because a lot of what I'm saying, I hope has helped somebody to kind of just try something. Even if it doesn't work, do you know what I mean? Just give it a go, invest in yourself, and if you invest in yourself, you can only let yourself down. You're not going to let anybody else down. People will be proud of you if you start doing well, you know? And I think that ultimately, what did Jay-Z said? A loss is not a loss, it's a lesson. Appreciate the pain, it's a blessing. So with that, I'm going to leave you all and have a good day, and thanks for jumping on. Peace.